I move to approve resolution of the matters of Shiawassee County versus Elite Excavating LLC and Country Barn Estates LLC, being Shiawassee Circuit Court Case 24-9233-CZ, and Country Barns Estates LLC versus Shiawassee County, being Shiawassee County Circuit Court Case number 25-9839-AA, pursuant to the terms of a proposed consent judgment to be submitted to the court for entry in Shiawassee Circuit Court Case number 24-9233-CZ, and to authorize Dr. Brian Boggs and the county's attorney to sign the proposed consent judgment, submit the consent judgment to the court for entry, and sign any additional pleadings and documents necessary to effectuate the resolution.
Support.
I have a motion of support. Any questions at this point? Then I would like a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
No.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
and Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes. All right, thank you, everyone. At this time, we have our first opportunity to address this board with the public. I have one slip up here. It's Mr. Mauer, but I believe he departed during the closed session. Was there anyone else? Not seeing anyone. I think we can move on. We're going to have a public hearing regarding the brownfield plan for Jaden's Way, so I will declare the public hearing open. This is only for discussion specifically of that brownfield plan. Dr. Boggs, why don't you start us off?
Yes, is Justin still up there? So just to go over this, as we always say that there's only one entity outside of Owasso that can enter into a brownfield agreement, and that is the county. All the other entities have to come through us. As part of that, we have the village of Morris that has approved this brownfield development. The township of Perry Township has approved this, and the Brownfield Development Board has approved it. Now, this is not for the building of the actual units themselves, but for the public infrastructure that goes with it. They have a private developer who is fronting the money for this, who's building it. Back many years ago, when cities had more money and villages and probably places that are further south from us have additional funds, the cities would put it as infrastructure. However, in this case, this is not how things are set up here. We do not have the money for that. So this is a way of capturing taxes between what we will already collect and what the developed property will collect, and to pay for that infrastructure over several years. And now that I've drugged this out long enough for this to return, I will turn it over to Sam and Justin to fill in the additional gaps.
We were up in my office actually, so waiting for this. So
If it's all right, I'd like to, as the chair of the brownfield, I'd like to just make a comment, if I may, because there has been, I've noticed out on social media, there's been misinformation, misunderstanding, and I kind of understand that because this is a complicated thing. I just want to reemphasize what Dr. Boggs said. Years ago, and even today, if you have wealthy cities, if you have Bloomfield or Birmingham, they want to develop an area, they just put in their infrastructure, they put in their sewer, they put in their water, and so on. But rural communities don't have millions of dollars sitting around to do these things. So this is a rather ideal situation. It's called tax increment financing. It has nothing to do with building the building. It has nothing to do with the land bank. It really doesn't have much to do with the county. Especially as far as the money goes. It is a way to finance necessary infrastructure in order to get development. And what you do is once the development is there, the taxable value of the land goes up and you capture some of that increase in taxable value for a period to repay what it costs to put in the infrastructure. The ideal thing here, especially on this one, is that the upfront money does not come from bonding. It doesn't come from the villages or the county's treasury. It comes from the developer. The developer is paying, and we pay the developer back. So in effect, the developer is lending the community the money to put in infrastructure whereby we wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. It's It's a very good thing. I hear talked about rents and other. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just the infrastructure, what the developer wants to build, how much they charge, etc. Not part of this. It's nothing to do with this. It's just a way to finance the infrastructure to get things done. We've had a number of projects since we started the land bank, since I've been on the brownfield, that we've done this way and we've gotten a lot done. So I just wanted to put a plug in there and reemphasize what I think Dr. Boggs already said. Thank you for that time.
Not a lot I can add to that, Chairman Brodeur. I mean, that was very well said. But there were some questions regarding pricing and all that. And so per the meeting the other day and some of the comments that were made, got a hold of the builder, Dale Greeno. So he actually came back from out of state to be here tonight because we wanted to make sure the Board of Commissioners and the public had full information on the specifics of rent and things of that nature. I do want to address something, and Sam may want to touch on this too, but one of the other key points that's been voiced out there, why is this a brownfield? Why? Because this is not technically, it's not a contaminated site. So in a nutshell, when the state created this law, rather than create sort of a standalone law, like a housing tax increment financing law, they built it into an existing law that covered brownfields. It's Public Act 381. So it's a misnomer. I mean, it's just a bad name, to be honest with you. It's not a contaminated property. There's no blight there. It's an open field. So there's no environmental. It's just the way they built the law in Lansing. So I just wanted to clarify that for the board too. So I think that's all I'll say. Sam?
I'll just add to that, and thank you, Chairman, for your comments. Again, brownfield is a very self-sustaining incentive program because the developer is the one putting in the money and investing in the community and the infrastructure. They're paying their taxes, and then they're reimbursed a portion of the value that they create. Without a development there is no increment to be able to reimburse for the infrastructure being installed. On the point of the name of the brownfield legislation, right, when brownfield was first established in 1996, its primary goal was to address legacy contamination with a lot of our aging automotive and industrial facilities. I want to say 2000s time period, that was then expanded to address additional concerns, so blight, tax reverted, historical, and functionally obsolete properties. So the eligible property determination has been expanding to meet the needs of Michigan. And in 2023, that was also expanded to include housing development. So any property that has a house on it, can be just one single dwelling unit per the statute, is considered brownfield. Now, do we all wish we would have changed the name at the time we amended the law? Absolutely. Unfortunately, we're not in Lansing. We'll have that argument with them next time this comes around. As I had stated on Monday, we're looking to reimburse for costs related to infrastructure, site prep, and financing gap. It is a $2.4 million total request on a $5.8 million investment. This does bring back $221,000 to the Shiawassee County VRA and can contribute over $500,000 into the local brownfield revolving fund overall. And then, Dale, did you want to?
Yeah, hi, I'm Dale. There was a lot of, was in Florida, and I was reading some of the concerns about the pricing and stuff like that. And our goal is to absolutely beat that, $1,800 mark, So the goal, I think some of it was like $1,258 up to the goal was $1,600. And, we're struggling with that because of the cost of housing and stuff like that. But trust me, the goal is not to put an unbear burden on people and have vacant property as well. So we're going to try and keep on with that. But I'm excited to break some ground and do some building and see what we can do.
Well, hopefully it puts people's minds at ease because I think you mentioned the infrastructure alone was 1.2 million or something.
1.1, yes. Yep.
And that village doesn't have that kind of money to put into it.
Correct.
Well, maybe Commissioner Shepard, before you make comments on social media, you should get the facts because you put out misinformation and that riles people up. I mean, this project, I was at the Morris Village Council meeting when they approved it. It is their community. They asked the questions. I think they put you through the ringer, Dale. You know, they approved this. And we are not the rent control board. What people charge for rent is, quite frankly, none of our business. So we should be very cautious when we make statements on social media to make sure that they are factual and not mislead the public. I would appreciate if you would try harder on that.
Everyone should.
Thank you.
All right, further comments regarding this project? Anyone? All right, I see no one, then I will declare this public hearing closed. And we will move on to, excuse me, moving on to committee reports. Commissioner Holzhausen, can I start with you tonight?
Yes, I'm on the health board with Larry Johnson. The funding's been down some, so he had to lay off some people, but things are going all right over there. Also on the health and wellness, the state's trying to take it over, but I think they've kind of backed off a little bit, so I think maybe that they're not going to privatize it the way it looks. Also, I'm on the senior citizen board, and we can't keep up the property down there. Excuse me, the board on the facility in Morris, and I don't know what we're gonna do with that. Last time was there, the Perry Schools thought maybe they might help out doing something with us on that, so that's coming through. Also on the SEDP with Justin Horvath, and you can see all the stuff he's doing, so he does it for all the businesses that got grants and all kinds of things going on, so that's it.
Thank you. Commissioner Garber?
Yeah, I just have one thing tonight at our last Veterans Board meeting. Director Reeves had some year-end numbers for us, so I'm going to share those with you real quick. We had 4,149 veterans served in our office last year. Now, those are not unique veterans, so they could be, like double counted, if you will. But still, right, that number of people. Of that number, 387 people just walked in. And I think that really speaks to the visibility and accessibility of that building and the great staff that we do have there. We gave 754 veterans a ride, and we helped 5 homeless veterans. So we are doing great work down there. And I just wanted to keep you guys updated, so thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Johnson, anything?
I just gonna use my time to, again, I've done this a lot, but I wanna thank Shayna again and the team at Pleasant View. Very much a personal impact in my mother's life and the life of my family. She will not be a resident probably, right now she is in the hospital on a ventilator. And I wanna thank you and everything you do for the community and the whole board, so the whole team at Pleasant View. You guys are a top rated place, so thank you for giving so much to Shiawassee County, and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. So, planning commission, I think that's item C on the econ development committee report. And then Parks and Rec, we met and we got our kind of kickoff for a year, so we just started to plan on what we're gonna try and attack this year, what projects we have, looking at the budget that this board passed and seeing what the best way to allot those funds are. So it was just our first meeting of the year.
All right. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Shepherd?
Well, I just had one question. I've had a lot of difficulty having to go back and forth with the IT department on accessing email. I have a county issued laptop and a phone that gives an authentication code to enter wherever I'm at. Not all of us have that, and I'm just wondering why.
Everyone has to do the authentication app. You are the only one who will not put it on your own personal phone. Therefore, you have been issued a county cell phone that doesn't have service so that you can get into the email system. The it is a requirement so that we can keep our certifications through the state and our security, that you have an authentication.
I manage it just fine.
To be honest, I've had a little bit of trouble on my phone from time to time, and then it clears up. Like, right now, I'm just fine at the, so all I can tell you is maybe keep working with the IT people, see if they can figure it out. Give you that access. All right, let's then move on to committee motions and reports. Commissioner Howard, get us started.
Absolutely. I move to approve resolution number 26-02-03, approving a brownfield plan for Jaden's Way Development, Village of Morris, Michigan, pursuant to and in accordance with the provisions of Act 381 of the Public Acts of the State of Michigan of 1996 as amended.
Support.
I have a motion with support. Dr. Boggs, I think we've discussed that. We all know what it is. Any further discussion or questions? All right, a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner
Yes.
Holzhausen, Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber.
Yes.
Commissioner Howard.
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to accept and place on file the 2025 Register of Deeds Annual Report as presented.
Support.
Motion with support.
Activity report of the past year, we love the Register of Deeds because she adds money back to the general fund. And, not that, Caroline doesn't do great work, but the Register of Deeds brings in some money to help support it.
We say that every year, and every year it's true.
And it's the only time we ever hear anything about the Register of Deeds. They're just over there minding their own business, I
Never
guess.
caused a problem and bringing a lot of money.
Right.
One
What
thing I
more
will
can you
note
ask?
is that the activity has remained relatively stable and there has been a high amount of activity. So there's a lot of changes happening with people filing deeds. So I think there's healthy housing activity as far as the stock that we have.
Okay. All right, any further discussion on that? Roll call on this one? All right, all in favor of approving this motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that's approved.
I move to accept the planning commission's recommendation to amend the zoning map in Rush Township, changing from B2 to B3 for parcel ID number 02002-24-200-002, ordinance number 26-02-01.
Support.
Motion with support, any discussion on this one? Brad, what's the basic difference
Yeah.
between B2 and B3?
This is changing, from B2 to B3, better suits the applicant's usage, which was the mini storage with the hidden speakeasy.
And B2 is more light industrial and so on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so B3 better fits the usage.
all right, very good. Any other questions? All in favor of approving this change, please signify by saying aye. We need a roll call. on
It's
this
an
one.
ordinance, it's a resolution.
Never mind. Roll call vote, please. I'm gonna have
Commissioner
to start
Haley?
marking these ahead of time.
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard.
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the February 9th, 2026 Economic and Physical Development Committee meeting.
Support.
Motion with support, any discussion on the minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes are approved. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Garber, please.
I move to accept the county clerk's year-end report and place it on file.
Motion with support.
Another report of activity, and you'll notice that the clerk's office also has a lot of high volume traffic, especially on the vital records side. CPL licenses have been out. Anything else you'd add, Caroline?
No, we're just constantly busy.
Yep, keeps you out of trouble.
Questions or comments? All in favor of approving that motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is approved. Thank you.
I move to approve the chair's recommendations of the appointment of Matthew Baldwin to the GLS Region 5 Planning Commission and Shirley Smith from alternate to a regular seat on the ZBA.
Support.
A motion with support. Any questions about those?
We had one applicant for, the GLS Region 5, which was Mr. Baldwin. And then when it comes to the alternate position, Tom Emery was in that position and was the chair of the ZBA, but when planning and zoning went back to the township, he's no longer eligible to serve. And therefore, the alternate is eligible to move up to a regular seat. And we are in need of additional people to serve on the ZBA.
My only question is there any conflict of interest for personal or professional business?
Certainly not that I know of.
Because we were assured that if questions came up, that Ms. Smith would not be voting or recusing for herself from it.
What's the concern? I don't know the context.
I have no
As the
idea,
county's
surely.
attorney, is she associated with a particular business or something?
She's the
Well,
city clerk.
The city clerk?
Or Perry, right?
But
Yes.
it's,
City of Perry.
okay,
The city of Perry would not be, to have anything business before the
right,
ZBA.
they're not covered by our zoning, right?
Right.
Right.
So that wouldn't be an issue. Is there any other concern? If there's something, I'd like to know about it so we can, but if it's just a general concern, that's different. Every member of every board has an ethical obligation. If they have a conflict, they should participate in it. And we have procedures for that too, so.
It's happened rarely, but it's happened.
Right, so if it's a general thing, that's one thing, but if it's
It's
something
happened a couple of
specific,
times on the land bank where people
Yeah.
had to,
Yeah.
excuse themselves. Brad, I think you did on one time. Did you? No, must be somebody else. All right.
Well, there was contention with her company as part member or owner of her husband's business, hauling dirt, and another member of the community down here back in 2019. The Mosher Construction or something.
so if something specific were to come up, if there was to be a direct cognizable conflict of interest, we would address that with her, just like we'd address it with any other member of any board. But that in and of itself does not seem to be disqualifying if not everything that comes before the ZBA has anything to do with her husband's thing, which whatever connection there might be. I guess is what I'm saying. For a conflict to exist, it has to be an actual, not a hypothetical. So that would be my response to that, is how we would address it. If something specific project, or there was a specific financial arrangement that applied to one thing before the board, then it would apply. If it's just general, that's different. I don't think that raises the level of conflict.
And Greg, if I could add, I typically attend the ZBA meetings. We had 3 board members, which included Shirley. Had she not been there, we would have not been able to have the meeting. That has happened. And I do take a little issue with us targeting board members here. We need them. She's a conscientious board member that, guess what, shows up. So I don't think we should continue to malign her for some imaginary conflict of interest.
Further questions or discussion?
Who seconded that? I missed who seconded that motion. That
You
you,
put me down for that.
okay.
Thank you. I didn't.
All those in favor?
Yes. All right. All those in favor of approving this motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
All right.
I move to approve the full payment of the Young's Drain assessment in an amount not to exceed $254,370.
Support.
Motion with support. Discussion on the Young's Drain.
So we have looked at this several times. We've gone to hearings on this. Commissioner Holzhausen has been ever vigilant in watching how the Young's Drain has evolved over time up there. And as a result, even though we tried to appeal it, this is our portion of it. for Shiawassee County. Now, the split is 20% for the county, 20% for the township, and then 60% for the residents. Our 20% share is $254,370. We have an option of paying it over 20 years. However, when we did the math and looked at the interest rate is 6% for us to pay it over that time, or we could use part of our fund balance from the previous year to pay for it, because we did end last year with additional money that we had encumbered but did not spend, so we will pay it all at once from there. If our interest rate that we were receiving for our investments was higher than 6%, might be a little different, and we could capture the amount in between, but it is not. So I think that it is beneficial for us to just pay it now and be done with it.
Just wondering what the account coming out of. You have 801, 802 for the drain.
Those would be it. It would be a fund balance account. So it would be the general fund. It would be a 101 account. And it's just because it comes out of the general fund balance.
That's the,
801 is a special revenue account that is for the draining department itself. It would not come out of anyone else.
I was gonna say great, and that is consistent with how all municipalities handle their drain at large assessments, is out of their general fund.
Right, it's a county expense, not a drain office.
Right,
specific
right.
expense.
However, on a good note, even though we've had some unhappiness about that we have to pay this, the fact that we can pay it says a lot about the work that, Dr. Boggs and administration have done, and this board, that we have been hit with a $250,000 bill, and we can pay it.
So we have to thank the department heads for their cooperation, but we ended 2025 with a fund balance that has enough to pay for that, but we should take it from there. Now, we will have a little additional extra, but I don't want to comment on what those are until we get the audited numbers. It won't be as much. It'll be $254,000 less, so we won't add as much to our fund balance to hit our goal overall. But the fact that we can pull it from the 2025 end of year amount from our fund balance is a testament to the hard work of Tracy and our accounting staff and all the department heads for staying within their budget.
I think each year, at least since I've been here, our finances have gotten a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And I think we can all be proud of that. Anyway, any further discussion? I'll need a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yeah, yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes. Thank you,
Commissioner
Gary.
Garber,
yes.
It's okay.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Oh,
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
and Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the purchase of a Ford Explorer from Gorno Brothers Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $46,908.
Support.
A motion with support.
Very briefly, so this is for pretrial services, community corrections. It is going to be paid for from trading in the existing cruiser that he has, and then the additional amount of money that he has raised from the tether program, which is part of pretrial services, and he's raised enough money to cover this expense from the diversion to jail that we have with the tether program. And just to give you a little background, he does use this vehicle. So for example, in the middle of the night, we had an individual who was in pretrial services, who was in his 80s and had a monitor on and had a medical condition. He had to go up to the hospital to take it off so that they could run the tests and things of that nature. He occasionally has to go pick people up and transport them. So it is very much like a police cruiser in that regard, that it has a cage. So.
All right. Further questions? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Johnson,
yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yeah, yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the February 9th, 2026 Finance and Administration Committee meeting.
Support.
A motion with support. Any discussion on those minutes? All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Commissioner Garber. Commissioner Haley, please.
Move to approve the refilling of 2 corrections deputies positions due to retirement. Support.
Motion with support.
So as you know, our jail administrator retired and an additional individual with longtime service to the jail retired. We promoted 2 people from within. You met Casey Colbury the other night, who is the new jail administrator. That created 2 additional positions that are open, that are essentially entry-level corrections deputies positions. They're budgeted for and needed to maintain staffing.
Anything? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the refilling of 1 911 dispatcher.
Support.
Motion with support.
We had one who did not make it through the training process, so we will find another one to fill that vacancy so we can get to our staffing levels. It has been an ongoing issue, but I will say that we've retained several people over the last few months. You used to see this a lot more. You don't see it as often.
Questions or comments? Roll call please. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
I move to approve the refilling of 1 district court deputy clerk due to retirement.
Support.
Motion with support.
Our longest serving employee is retiring, 45 or 46 years of service to the county and district court, and we're refilling the vacancy.
Okay. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Shepherd,
Yes.
Commissioner Haley,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Howard,
Yes.
Chairman Broder.
Yes.
Move to approve the minutes of the February 10th, 2026 Public Safety and Courts Committee meeting.
Support.
Motion with support. Discussion on the minutes. All in favor of approving those minutes signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Commissioner Haley. Meeting's already run long. I've said a few things and I'm losing my voice, so I think I'll skip this part. Dr. Boggs, we can go to you.
Yes, just a couple of quick things. It's been a very busy month. We've been working to resolve the lawsuit. As you can tell, we've gone through multiple iterations of that agreement. Hopefully that will be signed and entered into the courts this week, and we can put that to bed. We've also spent a lot of time this week responding to grants related to the land bank and to the county that we have applied for. Hopefully I will have very good news to share with you next month. We're in the final stages of execution for those. And when we do that, I will pass out a document that kind of outlines all the different things that we're working on related to those grants and where those funds will be going. We'll be putting out a few RFPs here shortly for some of those services. And then we'll be awarding those in the next coming months related to it, such as managing the homeowner rehab program and different things of that nature. And then finally, we are getting started on the audit, which we hope to have for you soon. The budget kind of has, the life of the county kind of has a cycle. You know, at the end of the year, we prepare the budget for the next year, and at the beginning of the next year, we perform an autopsy on the previous year. So we'll be able to know where we stand with our fund balance and how the county is looking overall. We still have not hit our goal of reaching the minimum fund balance number that we want, but we're getting closer. Especially we read some of the news lately, and they're talking about an economic recession in 2030. It's important that you guys get the fund balance up to where we have some insulation. We do not want to return to where we were previously. There was times for a 10-year stretch, a solid decade, that no one in the county got a raise. We have managed to give a cost of living adjustment every year, albeit minimal, 2% for most of the staff, but we've been able to give something and haven't had to do freezes on that. And that's through careful management, making sure that the funds go where they need to go. Departments are returning money that's not used to the general fund. We implement the MGT reports and different things like that to keep the general fund healthy. So we'll have something on that very soon. We're hoping for a presentation probably at the May board meeting.
Any questions for Dr. Boggs? All right, then at this time, we have the second opportunity for the public to address this board. If anyone would like to step forward, I don't have any piece of paper here. Seeing no one, we're adjourned.
Jilly.